You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And I got a response to this article that was in the New York Post because this analyst decided she wanted to blame the reason that men aren't taking women on dates and that relationships are going downhill and families are going downhill on sports and sports betting. According to her, modern men are so interested and wrapped up in sports and sports betting that's why they're not pursuing women like they used to back in the day, which is completely false. That's not the reason that men aren't pursuing women like they used to pursue women back in the day, alright? And I'm about to absolutely cook on this topic because I called this a long time ago. I made a video a while back where I said, ladies, do y'all realize men don't need you either? Because all you hear as a man, especially a black man, but even if you're not a black man, because of feminism, you hear it all the time. I don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. I can do what I want to do. What I need you for. And you never hear the other side of it, right? And I know why you never hear the other side of it. It's not because we need y'all. Understand that. This is an early gym. It's because men are insecure enough, right? And we're not enough of attention whores to run around and need people to pat us on our back to encourage us that we actually are strong enough to survive without women, or that we actually don't need women. Men have been bachelors for years. Men have been players for years who never settle down for years. So we don't need to big each other up on such a simple thing. Human beings don't need human beings to survive in modern society. We just need each other to procreate. That's it. Everybody knows that. It's not a huge accomplishment, and it's called being an adult. But women are so damn childish that they have to remind the world themselves, reassure themselves 24/7 that they're strong and independent, and that's why I say it that much. And my point in that video was, if you women keep pushing men away, you keep saying, you're not going to do what we want you to do, you're not going to be what we want you to be, we really don't care if you're around, you're not going to win the walk away game with men. I don't know why y'all think you will. You will not win walking away from relationships with men because everything y'all saying is cap. Men really enjoy being alone. We actually are okay being alone. Y'all are not okay being alone. You can cap all you want to. You can like each other's comments. You can pretend all damn day. The reason all of you go out in groups for brunch, for dinner, to the club all the time is because you cannot be alone. If I wanted to go to dinner, I'll go by myself and have a good time. I'll pull up to a sporting event by my damn self and have a good time. When I was in college, if my friends wasn't ready to eat, I wasn't going to wait for them. I'll go to the lunchroom by my damn self and sit by myself and eat my food alone. Women are social creatures. They can't do that because they're always worried about what someone thinks. They overthink every damn thing, and again, they're social creatures, so they don't desire to be by themselves. Is that all of them? No, but that is the vast majority. So now you're going to do yourselves more harm than you're going to do good. Keep pushing this narrative. And you know what women have nerve to say in the comments? Right? They had the nerve to say in my comments on that video. They missed my whole message and my whole point in saying that. They had not the elite women, of course, but you know, the regular women, the average women, the modern women. They said, why are they still talking about who don't need who? It's such a childish topic. There's so many other relationship topics we can talk about. Now, if you go on my channel, you will literally find one damn video where I'm talking about how men don't need women either. And I told y'all the point of why I'm doing it. You can go on any modern woman's channel, and you will see thousands of shorts, thousands of Instagram posts, thousands of tweets, thousands of Facebook posts, thousands of everything of them telling you constantly, 24/7, how they don't need a man. But nowhere in those posts, nowhere on those videos, will you ever see a woman say to another woman what was said to me by more than one woman. It was like 2 or 3 of them all saying that same thing. And it's just childish, there's everything that we could be talking about. So they will say it to me, but they won't say that to other women. Right? Which is part of the reason that I'm walking away from y'all asses. Because y'all are annoying as hell. But let's read the article really quick. I want to read this article before I really cook. Because y'all think I'm cooking now, I have not started cooking yet. So according to the analyst in New York Times, right? We're going to go through this quickly. This is why she says men are walking away from dating. right? She's blaming it on sports betting and sports fantasy. Let's read the article. Oracle of Wall Street. Men aren't having sex because of sports betting. Apparently, sports betting is the reason men aren't buying homes and having sex. I always look at consumer data, Meredith said. Known as the Oracle of Wall Street for predicting the financial crisis of 2008, said on CNBC's Squawk on the Street. Retail spending has been down all year. Restaurant spending, travel, services, leisure. The fastest growing leisure spend is fantasy sports and online betting. Now, really quick, I want to say, run that back. She said retail spending has been down all year. Yeah, that's because the ladies are by themselves. And guess what? We're in a recession, and the economy is hard. So since they don't have a man who's willing to spend his every last damn dime on them for them to have everything they want because they bask and being the complete opposite of what you're asking them to be, they gotta buy it themselves. And guess what they're realizing? That card is maxing out. They're running out of money. Then she goes into the next thing. Restaurant spending, travel, services, leisure. They're all going down. You know why? Because we're not paying for them anymore. Which goes back to my original point. This is going to hurt y'all more than it is going to hurt us. I've said this already. These are industries that are going down because these are industries couples used to do. Men used to take women to restaurants on first dates or on date night or on anniversaries and stuff to be romantic. We're not doing it anymore because we already know about the foodie dates and y'all are annoying as hell. And a lot of dudes generally don't enjoy your conversation anymore because you're self-absorbed, obsessed, and you're incapable of thinking about or talking about anyone that's not yourself. Again, am I talking about the elite women? No. I'm talking about the modern women, which is most of y'all. Hence why I started a channel to reset men's minds on relationships so they can find women who aren't like y'all. And if y'all watching this video, I will hope that you would change. Because this is predicting your future right here. Right? But let's continue, right? The fastest growing leisure spend is fantasy sports and online dating. You know why? Because men have more money than women. Despite what everyone wants to keep saying, especially black women, there is no race of women in the world who makes more money than their man. Y'all doing great adulting. Y'all finally have jobs and you pay rent, you have a car, yay! But you ain't out earning us. And it ain't about to happen no time soon. Now, black women want to run around and say they earn more than black men because Generation X women earn more than Generation X men. But that's the only in that generation. Millennial black men earn more than black women. Gen Z black men earn more than black women. Baby booming black men earn more than black women. And I can't stand Gen X men. So I'm not surprised that Gen X women are making more money than them. Because all Gen X men did was run around with player culture. They based their entire life on how many women they could sleep with, having a bunch of kids that they did not take care of. Now the boomers did this too, right? But not as high of a ratio as Generation X. And it's funny because there's a lot of Generation X men who in the manosphere red pill run around all day complaining about the modern woman, how entitled and independent and unwilling to be submissive that she is, and not realizing they're the reason that these modern women are even like that. Because they didn't take care of their kids, they didn't marry their woman, and they were never providers. And that's a whole other conversation. I ain't even going to go in on Gen X right now. I'm going to leave Gen X men alone for right now, so that's not what we're talking about. Anyways, let's continue with the article. The negative impact is that it's all young men. What did I say? It's all young men. I paralleled that with Pew Research that says that 63% of young men are single. And that's the highest it has ever been. And 50% of those young men have no interest in dating. Let it breathe, run it back. 63% of young men are single. That's the highest it's ever been. And 50% of those young men have no interest in dating, not even casually. Y'all have become so insufferable that men don't even want the damn. They don't even want to deal with you casually anymore. They don't even just want you to come through, you know we got things to do. They don't even want to do that no more. They just like, oh, go that way. I don't want to deal with it. That's how insufferable you have become. You won't ever see an article saying 50% of women are interested in dating even casually. There will be comments in this video because they're childish when they claim that they don't care about anything that I'm saying. But you will never see a research from Pew that never says 50% of women are interested in dating. It won't happen. They can talk all that noise, but there's no action behind it. Again, this is why I said this is going to hurt y'all more than us, because there's action behind what men are saying. Everything we do, we think. So when a man says, I'm done with this, he means it. When a woman says, I'm done with this, she's just mad because the man she wants don't want her. She's just mad because someone just broke up with her. She's just mad because someone just played her and cheated on her. You understand what I'm saying? It's not logic, it's emotion. Men are coming from a logical place and coming to the conclusion and just don't want to be bothered anymore. It is not the same thing. But let's continue with this article. Alright? And 30% of young men said they have not had sex in over a year and don't seem to care. The bias of her argument is that young men are getting more pleasure betting on their cell phones, hitting a parlay or a prop bet than by going out and meeting a young lady. Yeah, you know what else they're getting more pleasure out of? Playing the damn video game. Watching the damn game. Alright? Pretty much anything, if we're being honest. And everything it is that we do, we get shamed for. I just did a damn short where a dude was trying to shame us for wanting to play the damn video game. So a man can't come home after a hard day of work and play his game, or he childish, or he not concerned with his wife and his family. But a wife can come home after a hard day of work, drink up all the goddamn wine and liquor and alcohol in the damn house, and complain that being a mom is hard and she need her me time, then go sit her fat ass down and watch Zeus or watch Netflix or whatever the hell she's watching, trash TV, ain't gonna be nothing productive, or read her book, which is probably about sex, and no one bothers them. No one tells them they shouldn't be doing this. No one tells them they need to grow up. No one says, what about your husband and spending time with him? No one says, what about your kids, because she deserves, because she's a mom. But a man comes home after a hard day of work, he wants to play the game, and he's wrong. This is why men are checking out. You know, I'm telling y'all. I keep pretending that y'all don't see it all y'all want to, but it's documented everywhere. This is the New York Post. But anyways, let's continue. Right? The bias of her argument is that young men are getting more pleasure betting on their cell phones, hitting a parlay or a prop bet, than by going out and meeting a young lady. Young men have grown up with gaming and are used to doing everything on their phones, and now they can do all sorts of betting on their phone, Whitney said. They can even do real-time parlays on their phone. You have young men who don't want to date and young women who are spending their time with Instagram moments at Taylor Swift concerts. Exactly. So the young women are preoccupied with being pretty and in a goddamn camera, aka Lilith Mer, but I'm going to leave that alone for right now. And they ain't giving a damn about men in the age bracket. If you ain't rich, they don't care. Again, is this elite women? No, but it is the average modern one. If you ain't rich, you don't got clout, and you ain't killed nobody, they don't give a damn. They don't care, right? They out here being cute, starting OnlyFans, getting flued out, all trying to get the top percent, right? Now they're doing that now. But just keep in mind what I said earlier about the time progression. Anyways, let's continue. Whitney also adds that 74% of the housing stock is owned by people over 50, and guesses that, which is funny because women always go around, I'm a homeowner, I'm a homeowner, which buying a house without a family is stupid unless you have a certain, you know what, I already did a video breaking that down. Go check out my video about buying houses, where I break down what's a good time and what's a bad time. But either way, 74% of the homes are owned by people over the age of 50, so stop capping like, oh, y'all out here buying houses. No, you are not. But I digress. It guesses that eventually those homeowners are going to want to sell and there will be no buyers. So there you have it. It's all sports betting fault. No, it's not. Now, you know what's funny? She blames sports betting and fantasy managing sports, and basically men being more preoccupied with sports betting than fantasy team and watching games in general than women. As if games are new or betting is new. Granted, betting is more accessible than it's ever been, but it's not new. None of that has anything to do with anything. Men are walking away from women because modern women are insufferable. See, let me tell you guys something about women. They ain't accountable. I know this ain't rocket science, but I'm just telling you, they're not accountable. So instead of her making this article and says, hey ladies, maybe we need to dial it back with the strong and independent talk. Maybe we need to dial it back with all these Instagram posts and showing our ass and showing our titties and all this other extra stuff and the twerking, and let's just kind of lock back in the families because things are looking grim in the future. See, women don't think in the future. See, they think about the right now. Right? Like, most women don't know you're going to need more than $1 million. More. You're really going to need about 5 and up just to be comfortable retiring with inflation and the cost of things today. So a lot of these girls, they go out, they get their degree, right? They get their job, right? These are short bursts of attention. When you get your degree, you get a short burst of attention. You get your good job, you get a short burst of attention, right? But the reality is a lot of them are thinking, you 20 now, you 30 now, baby girl, your ass ain't retiring until you 65. Especially if you want to be strong and independent, because guess what? Your choice to be strong and independent rather than go 50-50 with a man, because you ain't going to get that rich man who can take care of you because you're insufferable. But that's neither here nor there. Because you don't want to go 50-50 with no one, you're damn sure going to have to work until you're 65. Because you're only going to have one pension, you're only going to have one 401k, right? You understand what I'm saying? You don't spend real game here. You're only going to have one pension, you're only going to have one 401k, you're only going to have one TS, you're only going to have one of everything. So you're going to have to work until you're 65 years old. So all that strong independent talk, I'll do it all by myself, sounds good now because you're 20, now because you're 30. It ain't gonna sound as good when you're 40. It ain't gonna sound as good when you're 50. It ain't gonna sound as good when you're 60. Which is what we keep trying to tell the young women. The hell with the old women. Who cares what they think? That's the problem. My only issue with these man-sharing things, even the divestors, all these people are old as hell. They don't understand that the young generation is moving completely different. We ain't having no damn kids. The birth rate is way down. Single mothers are down. Everything's down because we're not getting together. We ain't having no kids. We ain't building families. Everybody's just doing their own damn thing. The men are out here watching sports and gambling and hanging with their boys. The girls are out here taking pictures at Beyonce's and at brunch and at Taylor Swift's concerts. We are not commingling. That's what I need you guys to understand. Now, again, to young women, it seems good now, but they're not thinking about the future. Okay, I want to have a baby. This is what their head's saying. I want to have a baby. I'm 30 years old. I want to have a baby. Where's the other men who will come up to me and want to marry me and have a baby with me? And they ain't going to be there. This is why the single mother rate keeps going up. Everybody want to talk about the single mother rate in the black community. It's 30% in the white community. It's 50% in the Hispanic community. 50%. The Asian community is the only ones not above a quarter. More than half. They're the only ones who are at least 1/4 of them being single mothers. Alright? For every 4 white women you see, one of them is a single mother. For every 4 Hispanic women you see, 2 of them are. For every 4 black women you see, 3 of them are. And there's a reason for that. And the reason that very few people are talking about is because these women cannot find men who are even interested in marrying them, being with them long term, or being a family. They steal the baby basically by pretending to be a good woman for a little bit. And then they take the baby and run and put you on child support. That little $200, $300, $400 is going to be life changing. Because most of them can't get with anyone who can afford to pay any more than that in child support. But I digress. That's why the damn single parent ratio is so high. Because no one wants to be a family with the modern woman. The elite woman, sure, but they're few and far between. The modern woman, no one wants to be a fucking family with. Who wants to deal with that? Why would you want to be in a family with someone who constantly reminds you that they'd be fine if you weren't there? What's the point? It's childish. It's stupid. But I digress. Now, here's what's funny. In the comments, guess what the men are saying? Matt Joseph. Because women are only interested in the top 5 to 10% of guys these days. Anyway, they all think they're entitled to the cream of the crop. Women have too many options with social media and dating apps too. Even if you get a date, you can bet your bottom dollar that they're still looking for a better deal behind your back. There are other activities men can participate in that are more fulfilling and enjoyable. He ain't saying nothing about sports betting, watching the game, or fantasy, because that's not the reason. Modern women are insufferable. And no matter how many men of different races keep saying this, they keep refusing to listen to it. They keep saying, like I see an article, listen, let me show y'all how unaccountable women are. Nowhere in this article did she blame women for the dating being down, the relationships being down, and families being down. She blames sports. Now, when women talk about men, right, you see articles on Huffington Post and all types of stuff where they say, until you men learn how to be emotionally intelligent, they're going to continue to not get laid. Not understanding that dudes don't give a damn about that. They're not pressed. Of course, we all would like to smash, but nowadays, y'all walk around half naked so much, most of these young boys got ED any goddamn way. They done seen everything. They can just jerk off. You're butt naked on Instagram. He can just jerk off. What's the difference? He ain't got to run the risk of pregnancy. This is why I said before, male sex toys will never be socially accepted. You will always be shamed if you have them, and they'll always be 5 times more expensive than female sex toys. And the reason for that is because women desire in relationships, for the most part, companionship. They want someone to talk to, someone to hold them at night. Things like that, things you can't get from a damn toy. So even if you give them a rose toy that can do them good, even if you give them a dildo that can do them good, you can give them whatever you want. They're still going to want a man, that presence, because they're social creatures. The thing that I keep telling you guys is, men are not. Men are not social creatures like women. My friends, I can go 6 months, sometimes a year, and we don't say nothing to each other. And then when we link up, when we hang out, it's like we never left. No one's mad. No one has an attitude. No one feels entitled to the other person's time. We all understand that we have lives. Like with my homecoming last month, when I met up with my boys, some of my boys I haven't spoken to in a year. Right? Some of them, I speak to like once a month, 2-3 times a month, right? There were some of them I hadn't seen physically in like a year. And we chilling and we all talking, and it's like we never left. One of my friends told me how his wife is pregnant now, and they're gonna have their first kid. Another one of my friends, he just had his first kid, they just bought their first house. Another one of my friends, he down in Texas now, he doing it big. We all understand that we're all busy, we're all working, it's okay. But we know we still got love for each other. Again, we don't need constant reassurance. Women, it don't work like that. Y'all can say I'm lying, but y'all know the truth. Let a girl call you, and you're a girl's bestie, right? You're her best friend. You're another girl, you're a girl's best friend. She calls you because she got cheated on her plate or something. And for whatever reason, you depressed at the time, right? For whatever reason, you down bad at the time. You're just not in the mood to talk, so you don't pick up the phone. You try to call her ass back 2 days later, you're going to be blocked. Because she feels entitled. Women treat their friendships like it's a relationship. As if, because you're my friend, you should be talking to me every goddamn day. Men don't do that. We don't treat our friends like they're our girlfriends. We don't expect to see them every day. We don't expect to talk to them every day. And we don't get mad if they get busy and I don't hear from them for a few months. But I only hear from them for a year. Because I know when they come back, we still got that same love for each other. If I needed them and I called them because I needed them, they will pick up. But we don't even call each other like that. Because again, we're okay being alone. Y'all are not. Which further cements my point. It's going to hurt y'all more than us. But let's keep going. Thick left another comment. Sure, sports betting. That's the reason men are buying homes and having sex. Has nothing to do with every institution in our culture being against men and essentially bullying them into becoming celibate. This is not the reason. See, again, instead of just saying, ladies, we need to change. Maybe we're piling it on too thick. Yeah, we can be successful and get our degrees and all this stuff. But it doesn't mean that we got to talk shit about men all the time. They're not going to say that. They're going to blame something else, like sports and sports betting. That's not the reason. Men are tired of the BS. Modern women are insufferable, egotistical narcissists. That's why they call everyone else narcissists. It's a projection. They're the narcissists. You can't hold up. You go on a woman's Instagram, there's 729 photos of them. How many times do we have to see you? It's not like they're taking pictures of, places that they've traveled or anything interesting. It's just them. 1,000 different selfies. This angle, that angle. How many ways do you need to see you? You ain't seeing the average man ain't doing that. Well, yeah, 50,000 posts of just me for. If a man has a popular Instagram page, it's probably full of adventures he's going on. His friends, animals, sports. It's going to be full of different stuff. It ain't just going to be him. But we're the narcissists. Let's see what another comment says. Young men aren't single because of sports betting, which is a ridiculous idea. Because, yeah, it is. It's stupid. Young men are single because young women are insufferable. Which has been my point this entire time. Someone else said the real reason is feminism. I don't like modern feminism, but I'm fine with feminism in concept. First wave, second wave, fine with me. Third wave, fourth wave, when they start getting into intersectionality and all that, that's when they lost me. But I'll never outright say I don't support feminism. But that's my point. This is all my point. It has nothing to do with sports. Has nothing to do with sports betting. Y'all are annoying. You're insufferable. You refuse to be submissive. You don't want to cook. You don't want to clean. A lot of y'all don't even really want kids no more. You beg for kids 24/7. Then get postpartum depressed when you get one. But I digress. You beg to be married 24/7, then file for divorce 70% of the goddamn time. You're walking oxymorons. And the reality is, men used to be shamed for talking about any type of relationship problems that they had. Anything that women do to them. You're not a real man and da 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 da. Those days are gone too. Those days are gone too. Now we talk amongst ourselves. Now we share statistics amongst ourselves. So now we know that y'all cheat. Now we know that y'all lie. Gone are the days where sugar and spice and everything nice. That's dead. We know y'all cheat. We know y'all lie. We know y'all leave the marriages most of the time. And we know y'all some 304s and be sleeping with every goddamn body. It's out there. We know. And if we didn't know because we were talking to each other, we damn sure know because y'all won't shut up about it on TikTok and Instagram trying to be funny. Talking about how much of a 304 you are. Talking about how you cheated before. Talking about how much you lied. Talking about your roster of men. We're aware of this. So now that we're aware of this, we're like, ain't no prize there. See, modern women, thanks to their fathers who aren't putting them up our game, they still think they have prize. They still think in their heads. This is part of the problem, that every man's just sitting here and we just can't wait till a woman comes and makes our life worth living. We're not. We're not. That's just not the reality situation. Listen, even if you look like somebody like me, right? And if you've been subscribed here for a while, you know, hundreds of matches on Hinge, hundreds of matches on Tinder, and that's not even including the women I run into in real life. I don't even want to be bothered half the time, and I only deal with elite women. But I told you guys before, the more feminine a woman is, the more annoying she's going to be. Feminine. I'm saying that to say, I don't even want to be bothered all the time, and I'm not struggling on a dating market like these guys are. I don't have a problem. I still just don't be wanting to be bothered like that. Because at the end of the day, only elite women really can toe that line, right? Between 304 and femininity. See, a feminine woman doesn't know, for example, when a man stressed out what he wants, because she's just thinking like a girl. Like a super feminine woman who's not balanced, right, which would stop her from being elite because she's not balanced. Elite woman's balanced. She'll say, oh, you stressed out? Do you want to talk about it? No, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, you stretched out? Well, you want to go out and get something to eat and unwind? Getting dressed up and going out to have a server constantly interrupt me and then me looking at you across the table, cheesing at me, and we're not going to talk because I just told you that I'm under pressure. I just told you that I'm upset. I had a hard day. It's not fun. Now, here's what a 304 woman knows that a feminine woman doesn't know. A 304 knows if a man's stressed out, if he's depressed, if he's angry, if he's had a long day, I'm not going to try to get him to talk about his feelings or try to get him to dress up and go outside because that's not how men operate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let him watch the game. I'm going to let him play the game. I'm going to slide down, hit him with a good blowjob with a double twist. I'm going to roll him a blunt, hand him a blunt, and hand him a glass of scotch. And guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to leave. Now, you don't want to wife the 304 because she's not doing everything else that the feminine woman does. But the reason why I always say elite women are balanced because elite woman knows the ways of the femininity and the ways of the 304. She's a lady in the street, but a freak in the sheet. So she already knows, okay, men don't operate like me. So I'm going to go in the room, give him a scotch, give him a blunt, give him a blowjob, and then get out of the way. And when he's ready to talk, he'll talk. But again, most of y'all aren't elite. Most of y'all only think about your damn self, right? So you're going to suggest things that will make you feel better, not even considering what he enjoys. That's just one of the many, many, many problems. And again, I called this. So it's not the sports. It's just that you're annoying. I need y'all to stop pretending that it's anything else. Either way, I think I've covered enough on this topic, y'all. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.